I was hanging out with two of my friends and I threw a card at one of them. It went behind the chair he was sitting on and then it just disappeared because no one saw where it went and it didn't lay where we thought it was supposed to be. And they were looking for like a minute and couldn't find it. So I was like, bro, you stupid, let me look for it. It can't have just disappeared. And then I was looking for it and I also couldn't find it. So I was like, I looked at the surroundings, I saw his closet and I saw that there was like a really tiny space. And I thought maybe it could have gotten in there somehow. And then I opened the door and the card was there. Nothing special, right? But then my friends said like, what the fuck? Can we talk about how smart this was to look inside of the closet? And I was like, bro, you're just stupid. Like literally the first thought in my brain was, if I asked you what's 9 plus 10, you're gonna answer with 21 or what? Literally, just look at your surroundings and think. I always also tried to implement it while playing basketball or soccer, because I always try to be the guy who's like at a position where you can look at everything else, what everyone else is doing, play like strategically, you know, actually think about what they are doing and where you can place yourself so that they will not score. That comment of my friend actually got me thinking again, and I realized that thinking is actually a skill, just like fitness and business, you know. But the difference is that in fitness and business you can see progress. For example, in fitness you can see the weights go up and your physique increase. And in business you can see that you can make more money. But in the thinking skill, you don't really see the difference. You can just feel it if you are mindful enough. But that realization, like that thinking is a skill, means that you can also level this skill up. Our brains already kind of know what to do. We just don't give ourselves enough time for it. For example, you know you could be doing push-ups right now, but instead you're watching this video. And it's also something David Goggins said when people ask him how did he get to where he is now. And his answer was, you already know it. So basically people just won't take the path because they know it sucks, because they are looking for something that's more comfortable. We know that thinking is important, but most of us don't allocate time to just think. Instead, most people distract ourselves. Like, just imagine Albert Einstein, right? Imagine E equals mc squared was just about to pop into his head and then he gets an instant notification and gets distracted. I know it's exaggerated, but that's basically what happens to most people in the world. Some really successful people even do think weeks where they go alone into the mountains and they do nothing but read, think, eat and sleep. And just imagine how expensive such a week is for them. Like, they can make hundreds of millions of dollars in a week, but instead they allocate their time to thinking because they know that if they get a good idea, then they will be able to make much more money. So we should also start allocating time to thinking. I want you to build a habit right after this video that you're going to do every day. And you should just think for at least 5 minutes. Remove all the distractions, like turn off your devices or put them in silent mode and just out of your vision. Just sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and write down your thoughts. But before writing them down, ask yourself, is this thought actually helpful? Because most thoughts are not helpful at all. For example, if you think about the time where your 3rd grade teacher yelled at you for something you did, that's not gonna be helpful, right? It's just a bad memory. Whereas when you get a thought about a task that you have to do or that you should do instead, for example, the push-ups that you can do, that thought is actually helpful and you should write it down and probably even go and do it. And if your brain tells you to do the same thing multiple times, like if you constantly get the thought of, oh, I should really do some homework out right now, for example, then you should probably go and do it. In the beginning, and especially if you've never meditated before, you probably will get like out of 10 thoughts, 1 productive thought maybe, and 9 are just gonna be unhelpful. But when you practice for a month or 2, your thoughts get more positive because you try to analyze and control your thoughts. So maybe you now get 5 unproductive and 5 productive thoughts. Like I said, since most thoughts are unhelpful, we want to control and analyze our thoughts and not be consumed by them. Most people get a negative thought and then just think about it for the whole day, expand on it, and they give it power by thinking about it. And then they wonder why their life is negative when they're constantly thinking negatively. So you should plan think times to be more mindful. So basically to be able to analyze and control your own thoughts and not be consumed by them. And meditation is going to help you boost the progress that you make in this awareness, in this mindfulness skill. So go and do something for it. Take action.